Everybody, Scorpio Caesar once again to talk about some of the games that I picked up recently. I think I got about 16 games here. I got more that I picked up in the past couple of months, but I want to save those for a different video, talking a little bit more about modern day games and their prices and how things are getting a little more expensive. But that's a topic for the next video. However, I want to talk about the games that I picked up here, as well as some awesome additions I've made to future episodes of Plastic Polygons. I mean, we got some Nendoroids, we got a pop-up parade. Yeah, I also want to talk about a pretty controversial piece of hardware in today's episode that not a lot of people were a fan of once it was originally announced. Me, in particular, I was one of those people, but I kind of came around to it. We'll get to that in today's video. Once again, welcome to the CesArcade.
Get ready.
Alright, so I got some Switch games, PS5, PS4, Xbox 360. Gonna circle back around to PS4 at the end. But first I want to take a look at some of the Plastic Polygon episodes that I have planned for the near future. We're gonna start off with this one right here. This is the Pokemon Select Pokemon Trainer Team Mega Charizard X. Now, this is one of the best releases they've done so far, if you've been keeping up with the line, and I got a full video that I was planning on putting out on my main figure channel, but I decided to just bring it to Plastic Polygons at some point in the near future, so be on the lookout for that. It's a great figure, looks absolutely gorgeous. Tell me this is not sweet looking. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. The review's already filmed, so I'll get to that at some point in the near future. Next up, pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store a while ago, and I figured if I want to get this figure, I better get it now before, you know, the T word starts happening. So yeah, this is the Nendoroid Bulborb from Pikmin. So if any of you like the Pikmin franchise, be on the lookout for an episode of this guy in the future. I look forward to reviewing this one. It's a really cool little guy, the Bulborbs. Always loved the Pikmin, always loved these guys in particular, so it's going to be fun to finally display this on the wall. And next up, from Good Smile Company, we have the Pop-Up Parade 5th Anniversary 2B. Now, I have a statue of 2B, of course, but it's not the best looking statue, and it doesn't have her main weapon. So I wanted to get one that looks better, and this one really does check out. And I look forward to doing a review on this one, and I hope you are all too. So that's it for Plastic Polygons in the near future. Be on the lookout for those episodes. Hopefully you guys and gals enjoy that kind of content, because I'm going to still make more of it. Wait a minute, there's a game missing in this. What am I doing? Why can't I ever get things right the first time? We have a couple of games from my son, Keisha Boy Games, of course. We got Fight Night 2004. I love the Fight Night series, and this was the original one me and my brother-in-law used to play the demo for all the time. We had a great time with it. And I also got Dirt 3. So this is a game that I really did enjoy. It doesn't have the manual, unfortunately, but it's okay because it was only $5. So was Fight Night 2004, both for $5. Professor Raichu was also having a claim sale, like he always does every Tuesday. Very rare that he misses, but I saw this game here. Midway Arcade Treasure games are cheaper on Xbox, and that's perfectly alright with me. I'm a big Xbox guy, obviously. If you haven't seen my recent original Xbox collection video, where I'm talking about some of the recent additions that I've made since the original collection video, that video is going to be popping up in the top right hand corner of your screen. But besides that, I wanted to pick this one up. It's got Hydro Thunder, it has Rush 2049. Couldn't resist that one. I forgot how much the price was for that one. It'll be popping up on the screen somewhere. This is another one that I have the original for, and despite the game kind of becoming meme status because of YouTubers, I picked up Knack 2. I mean, I already have the first game, might as well own the sequel, right? This is one that I don't see pop up in claim sales very often, but since I'm a huge fan of the PlayStation 4, that's my favorite console of that generation, I decided to pick this one up as well. Now that I have Knack 1 and Knack 2, we'll never get a Knack 3. Knock on wood. Now, another game that I picked up on the PS5 in a claim sale from Professor Raichu was Subnautica Below Zero. Now, there's been two Subnautica games. You have the original, and then you have Below Zero, which is kind of like a pseudo-sequel to the game. And they both came out on Switch in one cartridge. However, I'm sure the experience is compromised in the frame rate and everything. I'm sure it doesn't look anywhere near as good as the PS5 version, which is why I decided to pick it up on the PS5. And boy, am I glad that I did. This game is simply gorgeous. I love these type of survival games where it's just kind of you and the environment and you just trying to survive, and it's a deep space underwater ocean game. It's very interesting, and it's like Ark but underwater, more or less, kind of, sort of. Listen, this game has sucked me in like you wouldn't believe. I've spent maybe over 20 hours since I've picked this game up, maybe more, and I am absolutely in love with it. The main character is basically looking to find out what happened to her sister as she disappeared along with her crew on a planet that, it's just a made-up planet, but it is beautiful. And some of the creatures in this game underwater are absolutely terrifying. The fact that it's underwater and deep sea means that it's very hard to see unless you have like a flashlight, and all the cool things and gadgets you can make, the bases you can build. You can get on the surface of the glaciers. This game is just so immersive. Unless you have some kind of ungodly fear of the ocean, I highly recommend you all check this one out, especially if you like survival games. I am in love with this game. And this game in particular is one of the reasons why I've been playing my PlayStation 5 a hell of a lot more and also collecting for it. I kind of want to take that experience with me on the go. I kind of want to take it to bed. I don't want to be down here if I'm like kind of tired but not fully tired. I just want to be in bed. I want to be able to play it like a Switch. And that's kind of where I came in and bought the PlayStation Portal. Now, I wanted to test this out because I wasn't exactly sure how it's going to work. Your mileage will vary depending on your internet connection and your situation, how this device works for you. But for me, it's pretty serviceable. I picked it up pre-owned because I wanted to test it first. I didn't want to buy it new and get stuck with it. I bought it pre-owned, and it ended up coming with a screen protector, even though the person put it on wrong. But this tempered glass screen protector definitely helps, as well as some thumb grips on it. And I gotta say, this thing's pretty impressive. I've completely did a 180 on this thing. I remember when it was first announced, I absolutely thought it was a stupid idea. Why can't they just make a sequel to the Vita? This is not what that is. This is kind of like an accessory to your PlayStation 5, which is okay with me if you think about it. Yeah, it doesn't take physical games, but it's not the point. It's kind of like a Wii U if the technology was actually really good. And I can basically take my PlayStation 5 to bed with me through remote play. It works wonderful when I'm in bed. There are some micro stutters here and there where the video kind of loses sync for like a second. It gets back to normal and then it loses it again. But I can go for like another 5 to 10 minutes before that situation happens again. It's really hard to see. I might be able to capture it for you guys. But I took this thing to work to really stress test it. I work in New York City. I live in Pennsylvania in the Poconos. This thing still works, even despite how big the gap is between where I live and where I work. Is it the smoothest experience in that situation? No, not in particular. Once I give it a few minutes, it syncs up and everything seems to work just fine, and I'm really enjoying this thing. I think it's an absolute beautiful device. Like, it's got a nice heft to it. It's got everything a DualSense has, because it's basically just a DualSense that's cut in half with a beautiful screen on it. And I'm having a great time with it, and I don't regret this purchase one bit. I could take Oblivion and Days Gone Remastered to bed with me. That's a win-win for me. Now, with that being said, I got some more PlayStation 5 games I want to talk about quickly. Alien Fireteam Elite I just bought off eBay. It was cheap. I bought it mainly because I don't play primarily on Xbox anymore. I used to be a big Xbox Live player, but I've since stopped playing Xbox Live. It's a great game. I really enjoyed it. This is what Colonial Marines should have been. However, I didn't get around to getting very far in it on the Xbox One because I didn't have Xbox Live. But now that I have PSN Plus, I can really enjoy it to the fullest. Archaeologist edition of the Outer Wilds. Now, I have this on the Switch. You've probably seen it in my Christmas pickups video. However, issue with the Switch version is that the resolution and the frame rate stutter, it's not up to par. I'm usually not that sensitive to frame rate dips, but for some reason, Outer Wilds just makes my head spin at some point, especially when I'm playing it docked. I don't know what it is. It's just the stuttering and the choppy frame rate. It just gives me a headache over time, and sometimes it makes me feel nauseous. So I decided to buy the game again and start from scratch, which is okay because this game is based off memory and what you've done so far. I don't want to spoil too much about the game, but the fact that I'm starting over isn't that big of a deal. Been talking to my buddy Petronius. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, great channel, very underrated, and does great work with graphic design and great reviews. Check out Petronius. We've been talking about this game since I'm playing through it. He's already played through it. If space exploration is your thing, you gotta play this game. Trust me, absolutely worth it. I haven't even finished the main story, and I've sunk in so many hours into it. High recommend from me. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time, and I haven't even finished it. Next up, we got some pickups from Video Games Plus. Now, initially when this game was announced, I wasn't a big fan of the route they were going with it, but I decided to pick it up anyway since it's more of a visual novel and spin-off of the Extreme Beach Volleyball series, Dead or Alive Venus Vacation Prism. Like I said, it's more of a photography style visual novel game, and the cast is like all new girls that I'm not familiar with, except for one. It's got Hanoka. I like Hanoka a lot, so that's why I decided to pick it up. And yeah, don't judge me. It's got Hanoka in it, okay? The next game I got from Video Games Plus was the Day 1 edition of Suikoden HD Remaster. Now, I heard a lot of great things about this series, and I know these games are considered legendary on the PlayStation 1. However, these in particular are very expensive to get on original hardware, so the fact that it's got an HD remaster, that's all I need. I picked this up off Woot because they were having an epic sale. You're gonna see. Woot is an amazing website. It's kind of like Amazon's clearance aisle, basically, and they had so many amazing deals and that I just couldn't pass up. You'll see in the next video when I'm talking about those PS5 pickups. Man. So this one, Refined Edition, comes in a nice box. I love the Ys series, so I decided to pick up Ys Memoir, The Oath in Felghana. Now this is the one Ys game that I do not have on the PSP. They released 3 of them, Ys 7, Ys 1 and 2, and Ys Oath of Felghana. Never got Oath of Felghana, don't plan to at this point because I'm just going to play it in this version on the Switch. Saves me a big money because that one is like ridiculous amounts. People were charging like $70 to $100 for that version. I don't need it. I got this one, and I'm looking forward to playing through this remaster sometime in the afterlife. Mega Man 11, come on. Mega Man 11 I heard was a great sequel, and unfortunately the last Mega Man game that we've gotten, that's not a collection, so being that I want to get into this series hardcore, I have to get the last entry as well. And for only $9, couldn't resist. Speaking of Mega Man, of course, Amazon was having a sale recently, and I saw this. This was like another $9 game. Couldn't resist picking it up. It's Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. Now, they didn't have Legacy Collection 1 on sale there, but we're going to talk about the original Mega Man games in a future video. So stay on the lookout for that. But this one includes Mega Man 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like, I remember Mega Man 9 and 10 were like the resurgence of classic NES style Mega Man. And Mega Man 7 and 8 were like a Super Nintendo game, and Mega Man 8 was one I never got around to playing. Next up, this is one that I missed out on the Switch, but since I've bought Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 on the PS4 recently, I'm just trying to buy up any Trails games that I can before they become rare and hard to get. So I saw this one on eBay. I pretty much paid MSRP for it, but I don't regret it one bit. This is for the Frontline Edition of Trails of Cold Steel 4. When I'll ever get to this one, I have no idea, but I'm so excited for the Trails of the Sky remake that's coming out later this year. So I'm just buying up any Trails games that I can. Next up, I have a trilogy of games that these are classics on the N64. These didn't get PS5 editions, but they were cheaper than the Switch versions, so I ended up getting them on there since they're all complete on disc anyways. So we got the original Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, and Turok 3 Shadows of Oblivion. Like I said, I have these all on the N64, but the fact that I'm able to play these HD remasters on the PS4 is wonderful. My honest recommendation, if you're a fan of classic first-person shooters, especially on the N64 era, definitely play these whenever you get the chance. These games, in my honest opinion, are some of my favorite first-person shooters at the time, and the fact that Night Dive did such a great job remastering these, absolutely worth checking out, especially the third game, Turok 3 Shadows of Oblivion, which I honestly thought was never going to happen since the source code was apparently lost. I picked these two off eBay, and I got this one off Video Games Plus. And last but certainly not least, the way this one was handled by the publisher was so weird. You couldn't pre-order it. I ended up staying up till like 3 a.m. in the morning just so I can order it as soon as it became available, and I'm glad I did. I ended up getting Lunar Remastered Collection on the PS4. Now originally, this is the kind of game I would get on the Switch, right? But I don't know, there's something about the Lunar series being that it was on the PlayStation 1, as well as the Sega CD, but nobody talks about those versions. I only played this series through the remake on the PSP. Hell, my unboxing video for that version is still on YouTube. I wish I still had that version because I really loved it. It made an impression on me, despite me never finishing it. And it was a game that I wanted to own the original versions on the PlayStation 1, but those collector's sets are pretty pricey on the aftermarket. And I decided, you know what, if I'm going to play through it, I might as well just get the HD remaster. And I'm so glad that this series is finally getting its time to shine. And these HD remasters are fantastic. And this one in particular looks and plays wonderfully. Now, I'm playing through the original game. I will get to the second one at some point. But once I finish the first one, then I'll jump into part 2. So that's it for my recent game pickups. I want to know in the comment section down below, did you pick up any of these games, especially when those sales started hitting? Because I'm interested. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you get? And thanks for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate you all for tuning in. Remember, if you like videos like this, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with some of your friends, of course. And yeah, time to game on, because I have a lot to play, especially now that I have a PlayStation 5 in the palm of my hands. Kinda, sort of. Technicalities, alright? So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I wish you all a good game, and good night.